What's going on, guys? What's going on, Patriots Nation? Good afternoon, everyone. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, what's up? So, Patriots versus the Saints post game thoughts, reviews, rant, whatever you want to call this. What's going on, y'all? What's up? So, what do we think? Before I get into my rant, I want to know what you guys thought of this game. This was fucking atrocious, in my professional opinion. This game was awful. What's up, Goose? What's up? This game was absolutely fucking atrocious. The Patriots could not do one thing correctly. Not one. Not a single thing. It was an utter embarrassment to watch that game. An absolute utter embarrassment to the fans and to this entire region to watch that damn game. That was brutal. The Saints took this team apart. Name me one thing that the Patriots did well yesterday against New Orleans. What's up, Bill? For the second week in a row, the Patriots come into a must-win game, and they absolutely shit the bed. A loss like this is unacceptable. Shutout at home, 34-0. The Saints did what they needed to do to win. They were secure with the football, and they controlled the time of possession, scored points when they had the opportunity to, and played really good D. What's up, sports critic? What's up, Michael? That was more than terrible. So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to let me know what you guys thought of the game. And then I'm going to start my rant because I'm pissed. I am pissed. This loss was unacceptable. So I'm going to let you guys vent it out a little bit in the chat before I get rolling with mine, because once I get going, I'm going to eat this whole fucking team alive because they absolutely deserve it. They absolutely deserve it. This was unacceptable. This team has quit. This team has quit. Mac Jones has quit on this team, and the defense is absolutely Mac Jones is uninterested and just doesn't want any part of this team. He has mentally checked out for the second week in a row. You know what? We're just going to get rolling with this. Fuck this. Here we go. All right, let's start it off with that trust fund quarterback, Mac Jones. And for any of you Mac stands and any of you headphone users, you might want to turn the volume down because this might get a little bit more heated than I usually do. This is, first of all, fuck this team. For real. And I didn't think I'd ever say that. But fuck this team. They are the worst representation of this area so far since I've been alive. For all the Patriot teams that I've seen, this is the worst. This is going back to 1990s pre-Drew Bledsoe Patriots when they couldn't get out of their own fucking way. And you know what? It's everybody's fault. It's everyone's fault. Mac Jones, Bill Belichick, Bob Kraft, Bill O'Brien, the players, everybody. It's everyone's fault. Fuck this team. And you know what the sad part about all of it is? I'm going to be watching them again next Sunday. Maybe I'm just a glutton for punishment, but I'm going to be watching them again next Sunday. Fuck this team, though. They are the worst representation of this area. You want to know what really pissed me off, too? You look around yesterday, this team was 1-3 going into that game. 1-3, and they were embarrassed by the Cowboys last week. That stadium, I was there yesterday. I was at that game. That stadium was full. There wasn't a seat left in that stadium. And this team was 1-3 going into that game. There wasn't a seat left. This fan base deserves better. This team is a disgrace. This fan base deserves better. That stadium was full. And the sad part is, like I said, I'll be there. I'll be back again to watch them next weekend. I mean, maybe I'm just a glutton for punishment. So let's start on Mac. Let's get in on this trust fund quarterback. And if you don't think he's a trust fund quarterback who had it easy at Alabama and is getting a massive wake-up call, welcome to the NFL moment, then you can just fuck right off. Because this kid had it easy at Alabama. He had the best offensive line in the country. He had one of the best running backs in the country, and he was throwing to 3 All-Pro receivers. I don't know how much you could put me behind center of that Alabama team, and I would be successful. Mac had it easy at Bama. His life was easy. There were no challenges. There were no adversity. There was no nothing. All he had to do was the very basic stuff. He had it easy at Alabama. And now that he's got into the NFL and he got himself into a situation where he doesn't have all-pro talent around him, welcome to the NFL, you trust fund quarterback Mac Jones. Welcome to the NFL, you spoiled little fucking rich kid. Welcome to the NFL. You're not going to get to throw to 3 all-pro wide receivers anymore. You're not going to have the best offensive line in the fucking country. Guess what? That's not how the NFL works, because all the talent is the best of the best. Even on the worst NFL team in the league, the talent is the best of the best in college. And now there's reports coming out that Mac Jones is talking shit about the offensive talent behind their back in private to his friends, calling them garbage. Are you kidding me? Fuck you, Mac. I have seen about enough of Mac Jones as I care to look at. I have seen enough of Mac Jones. I have absolutely seen enough of this kid. Mac has no clue how to deal with adversity. When things aren't going perfectly and when he doesn't have all-star talent around him, the kid quits. For the second week in a row, this kid mentally checked out at the half. You want to know why half the fan base hates you, Mac? Because you have no balls. You have no heart. You have no grit. You are that spoiled rich kid on the block that everybody used to fight, and then he would go home and tell his parents, and his parents would call the police. That's what Mac Jones is. That's the type of kid that he is. That's the type of kid that he is. Mac can't make the very basic of NFL plays. The very basic of you. He cannot execute the very basic NFL plays. And I don't want to hear that, oh, his offensive line sucks. Or, oh, his receivers can't get it. Yes, they can. Go and watch the All-22. And if you have any idea on how to watch film and how to look at it and know what to look for, there are plays on the field where guys are 2 yards, have 2 yards of separation, and Mac's decision making and his accuracy is awful. There were 4 plays yesterday where he had Hunter Henry wide open on one side of the field, and guess where he went with it instead? He tried to stick it in between 3 defenders to Douglas instead of Hunter Henry. Fuck this kid. I've had enough of Mac Jones. $100%, Nick. Mac can't execute a very basic NFL play. His decision making is awful. The kid is so scared and afraid of I don't know what. He's got happy feet in the backfield. He hangs onto the ball way too long. Some kids have what it takes to make it in the NFL, the intestinal fortitude, the grit, the ability to deal with the grind, to deal with the adversities that you're gonna have to deal with as a quarterback. And you know what? Some kids just don't have it. And Mac, week by week, is being trotted out there and stuffed down our throat. He doesn't have it. Mac Jones doesn't have the intestinal fortitude, the grit, and the balls to be an NFL quarterback. He just doesn't have it. And if you're not willing to accept that fact, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. But that's a fact. That kid is just, he is not it. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have what it takes to play quarterback in the NFL. Plain and simple. And you're just a Mac stan if you can't accept it. You're just a fanboy. The kid his life was made easy at Alabama with all the talent surrounding him. And here's the biggest problem with Mac too. Here's the biggest issue. He's not a leader. He is not a leader at all. People don't like him. They don't like his attitude. It started last year with how he dealt with the situation that was put in front of him last year. That was a shit situation. Everybody knew it. Everybody knew that was going to be a giant shit sandwich that everybody would just have to take a bite out of and just deal with it and move forward. And Mac, all he did was bitch and complain last year and throw people under the bus. Like, no, that's not what a leader does. Put your head down, grind, and just do the best you fucking can. But no, this kid wanted to act like a 14-year-old. Like, I'm done. I'm done with Mac Jones. He just, like I said, some kids just don't have it. And I'm tired of seeing him being trotted out there week by week and just hope for change. No. So that brings me to my next. Let's continue on with the blame. Bill Belichick. Bill, you old miserable bastard, you stubborn bastard, huh? You keep trotting Mac Jones out there week by week. I don't know, hoping for a change. What are you doing, Bill? What is your plan? What is the end game? What are we doing? What's our plan? Huh? You're the GM too. Look at this team. You put this team together. They are awful. This offensive line is terrible. We did nothing about it. You knew the offensive line was awful last year, and what did you do? What did you do? What did you do, Bill? You old, decrepit, Tales of the Crypt motherfucker. For real? For real, Bill? We did nothing. We did absolutely nothing. Like, you stubborn bastard, Belichick. Stubborn bastard. When is it going to end? Like, adapt and survive, Bill. The NFL is different. It's not built for your style of play anymore. They've eradicated any advantage you could ever have. Sorry, not sorry. The NFL is purposely getting away from that style of play, and it's making it harder and harder. Adapt and survive, Bill. Adapt and survive. What are you doing? What's our plan, Bill? You're the GM. Look at this team. If we're not sellers at the deadline, if we are not sellers at the deadline, and I mean everybody, like everybody's on the their job is at risk. Everyone. If we're not sellers at the deadline and you do nothing to make this team better, then fuck you too. I hope you get fired at the end of the year. What's up, y'all? What's up? I am blowing off some steam after this. Everybody's on notice. Everyone. Let's continue on with Bill, huh? Right? You sit there week by week, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows what the problem is. Where was our plan, Bill? What did you do in the offseason? You went out and got a bunch of scrubs. Bill's the GM of this goddamn team, right? Bill's the GM of this damn team. Huh? What have you saw how it went last year, Bill? You saw how it went. And you're the GM. You're the guy who makes the player personnel decisions. Huh? You saw how weak our offensive line was. You saw that our wide receivers struggle. You saw that, right? If you're going to continue to roll with Mac Jones, then guess what? He's proven that he needs he needs talent around him. And without actual talent around him, he will not succeed. So what are you doing? If you're going to roll with Mac Jones, then you got to help him. You got to give him as much talent as you can. Huh? I mean, that was blatantly obvious last year. He couldn't do it with the talent that he had. And you obviously made the decision to stick with him after last year. The indecisiveness of Belichick and his just old stubborn ways, refusing to adapt, is killing this team. And to be quite honest, I think the team has quit on him too. I think Bill has lost the fucking locker room. Bill lost the locker room. Nobody's listening to Bill anymore. You want my opinion on this goddamn team? Nobody's listening to Bill. Mac, the rest of the offense, the defense, nobody. Bill's voice in this locker room is fading, and I mean fading fast. What's up, Nathaniel? What's up? Bill has lost the locker room. I don't know what else to say. He is his own worst enemy at this point. And you know what? I don't care, Bill. I don't care if you don't want these players that have some character issues, and you might actually have to work hard as a coach to kind of get to them. This team needs talent to compete. Buffalo, Miami, and even the Jets have all gotten better. They have all gotten better and improved. The talent gap between us and the rest of our division is gone. And what have you done to compete with what they're doing? Nothing, you stubborn old prick, you. And if he's not willing to adapt and try and compete with the rest of these teams, then fuck you, Bill. Guess what? Time for you to go, old man. Time for you to go. Let's talk about this for a little bit too. This personal war between Bill Belichick and Bob Kraft has got to end. This little personal war they have going back and forth, where they're just motherfucking each other, poking and prodding because Bill doesn't agree with what Kraft wants to do, and Kraft wants Bill gone. This personal war that they got is costing this team. The only two people in this organization that can fix this team are the two people that hate each other the most, Bill Belichick and Bob Kraft. And guess what? They're letting their own personal vendetta against each other hold this team back. They're letting their own personal vendetta with each other hold this goddamn team back. Bill has something's got to give with Bill. Something's got to give, and I don't care if this doesn't go well this year. Then I don't want to see Bill making any more GM decisions. Sorry, Bill, we're taking that GM position from you. Sorry, not sorry. We are taking all of your GM duties from you. Goodbye. See ya. Nope. He is the best coach, one of the best coaches to ever step foot in a football field. But when you're talking about GM decisions, no, it ain't there. It ain't there. And you know what? If taking the GM role from Bill cost me Bill the coach, then so be it. Then so be it. This team has lost itself. They are not listening to anybody right now. There's no direction. What is our identity on offense? What is it? What is it? What's our identity on offense? No, we don't have one. We don't have one. So let's move on to Bill O'Brien. Billy O'Brien, what an epic fail that has been so far. I have yet to see a game where Bill O'Brien has called a good game. This is brutal. This is brutal. His offense is cruel and unusual punishment. To sit there and watch 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Oh, there's the first down, followed by three more 3 and outs. It's this offense is painful to watch. Billy O'Brien being brought in here has been an absolute failure. Mac Jones has thrown 2 pick sixes so far, and we're in week 5. What the fuck? Billy O'Brien is not the savior. So for everybody who is screaming that, guess what? Wake up call, motherfucker. He is not the savior. This has been an epic fail so far. This team is going nowhere good, and it's going there fast. How many uncharacteristic penalties and mistakes have we seen this team make offensively? Huh? Billy O'Brien, the offensive coordinator, Bill Belichick, the coach. What are you guys doing to fix this? Because every week we see the same shit over and over and over again. Patriots season ticket holders, some of them pay tens of thousands of dollars a year for those tickets. Tens of thousands of dollars to watch this team. And like I said before at the beginning of this stream, that stadium is packed every game. Every game, it is packed. From the first row to the last row, it is packed. The Patriots as an organization should be ashamed of what they've put on the field and the product that they're making us fans watch. They should be fucking ashamed of themselves. They should absolutely be ashamed of themselves. And let's get into the final person. Let's get into Bob Kraft, the owner of this team. 32nd, dead last in player facilities and team spending for the last 3 seasons. Dead last. You know what that says to me? That he really doesn't give a shit about this goddamn team. That's what that says to me. 32nd in player facilities and team spending, and you got the nerve to say something? How about you open your wallet up, Bob, and let Bill go get some real talent? Bill can only spend what Kraft allows him to. Kraft is the money of this organization. And you know what? Here's another little fun fact too. What is stopping Bob Kraft from going to Bill Belichick and being like, no, the DeAndre Hopkins is in the building today. I don't want him to leave. Give him an open check. I don't care what it takes. Keep him here. What is stopping Bob Kraft from giving Bill basically an open checkbook to go get the talent that he wants. You know what the answer to that question is? Nothing. Nothing is stopping that. Nothing. But Bob Kraft won't do that because he's stingy and cheap and he doesn't truly care. He's resting on those 6 Super Bowls and just hoping and praying that the team is mediocre. He's the money of this whole thing. You want to talk about Bob Kraft not giving any money or any leeway to Bill Belichick? Let's start that. Start there. He's the money. There's nothing stopping him from being a good owner and saying, "Go out and get these guys. I don't care what it costs." Jerry Jones does it. The Cowboys might be a playoff disgrace, but they got a lot of fucking talent on that team. At least Jerry Jones shows or puts an effort into trying to win a championship. This is embarrassing. 72-3 the last 2 weeks this team has been outscored. 72-3. 8 quarters of football and they have not scored an offensive touchdown. And Mac throws another pick 6. This is embarrassing as a Pats fan. This is embarrassing. I've been rooting for this team since I was fucking knee high. And I don't plan on stopping either. Whether it's 1-16 or 17-0, I don't give a shit. I'm still going to root for this team. But it is an embarrassment. This is an embarrassment to this region, this team. Mac Jones out here throwing people under the bus behind people's backs, calling the offensive weapons garbage. You know what? I don't blame the offensive line or the receivers if they just go, "You know what, Mac? Fuck you. We're done. We're not. If you're not going to try and you're not going to be engaged, then you know what? Neither will we. How about we just let you get killed out there? Huh? How about the offensive line just does an old Olay block and lets Mac get eaten alive, huh? How about that?" Mac Jones got to go. And if Billy O'Brien and Bill Belichick can't right this ship, then you know what? Maybe they got to go too. Something's got to get done. Something. Because this is brutal. Patriot fans, Patriot season ticket holders, the diehards deserve better. I know, Nick. I know. This fan base deserves better than this garbage that's being put out. I will never stop being a fan. I will never stop watching this team. I'm just disgusted at the product that we're seeing. For what we have to pay to go watch these games, the nosebleed seats at Gillette Stadium are $150 a piece. The nosebleed, where you need a fucking binocular to see the play on the field. The nosebleeds. People pay thousands of dollars every game to see this team. Thousands. Take a family of 5 to Gillette, it's a $2,000 day. And what are you going to see? A 34-0 blowout where the quarterback throws the white, raises the white flag at half and basically gives up. That's disgusting. That's pathetic. That's inexcusable. I'm tired of seeing Mac Jones. I don't care if we lose the rest of the way. I want to see Bailey Zappi because Mac quit on this team. He has mentally disengaged. He quit. Mac Jones quit on this team. Mac hates Bill Belichick. Mac looks at Bill like it's his fault for not giving him any weapons, and you know what? He's holding a grudge against him. Mac has quit. Mac Jones has. He wants no part of this season. That kid is on autopilot right now. Mac is on autopilot right now, and he doesn't care. He's throwing off his back foot. His throwing mechanics are terrible. There's no drive behind the football. Mac doesn't care. He has checked out. He doesn't care. And you know what? That's not cool. Like I said, I don't care if we lose the rest of the way. I want to see Bailey Zappi in there because at least that kid has some balls and some heart. I want to see Zappi because, like I said, at least the kid's got some balls, some intestinal fortitude, and some heart and tries. Zappi might not be any good, but at least the kid goes out there and gives 110% every drive. And if Mac Jones is going to trot his little spoiled ass out there and quit every play, then fuck him too. We don't need that. The New England Patriots, the fan base, the ones that pay his salary, don't deserve that. Because guess what? This fan base is better than that. This fan base is better than that. Plain and simple. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of watching the Patriots. This whole organization, Bill, Bob, and Billy O'Brien, need to all get their heads together and get this shit right. They need to get their heads right. Get this shit pointed in the right direction. This is terrible. I am ashamed of this team right now. Ashamed. Bob Kraft, looking at this team, should be ashamed of the product that he as an owner has put out on this field. Bob Kraft should look at this team and be ashamed of what he's put out here in the last 2 weeks, the last 3 weeks. What happened? Well, that Eagle game, the first game one of the season, was the best game we've played. And then what happened? The wheels just fell off this car that fast. Huh? I want to see drastic changes that prove that this team wants to win and they're doing something about it. I mean, this is unaccepable. Like I said, I was at that game and having to sit through that absolute piss poor showing from this team was brutal. Brutal. 3 and out. They had one first down in the first half. One single first down in the first half. An entire half of football. 30 minutes of play and only one first down to show for it. That's disgusting. That is unacceptable. You are the 6-time New England Patriot, the 6-time champion New England Patriots, and you got one first down to show against the goddamn New Orleans Saints? The Saints got a ton of issues. They don't got a real quarterback. They got a washed-up Derek Carr and Taysom Hill, and they just beat you 34-0. You should hang your heads and not even look up at the fans after that game. You don't deserve to look up at the fans after that disgusting show of what you call a football game. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. What a disgrace. I tell you one thing, they better get this right. They better get this right. We better, as a fan base, we better see some changes coming. We better see some things that show us that they are aware of the problem and doing everything they can to fix it. But you know what? I don't have a lot of faith. I think they're just going to try and stuff this narrative down our throat every game and just look at it and be like, not my fault. Not my fault. Billy O'Brien's pointing at everybody else. Not me. Look at, this is what I got for an offense. Bill Belichick's pointing at Bob Kraft going, his fault, not mine. You're the coach, Bill. You're the coach. Do something about it. And last but not least, Bob Kraft pointed at everybody, trying to take every ounce of heat off of him and put it on everybody else. Bob, you're the owner of this goddamn team. You have the ultimate say. And I don't give a shit what you say. You have the ultimate say on this team. If you want something or don't want something, guess what? You can go say it. So, yeah, everybody's at fault. Everyone. No excuses. No excuses. This whole organization has failed the fans. This organization has failed this fan base. We were showing up to these stadiums, filling the Patriot stadiums, and I say Patriot stadiums because guess what? Before Schaefer Stadium was built, they didn't have a stadium. They were playing at Brown University. They were playing at Harvard University. They were playing at Fenway Park. Anywhere they could spray paint a football field, they were playing. They built shit. I've been going to games since the first ever Patriots stadium, since the Schaefer Stadium days. I've watched this team with bench seats and a number spray painted on the bench seat to what number seat you were on the bleacher. That's how long I've been watching this team. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. I am embarrassed for this team right now. I am embarrassed. This is an awful, awful showing. The fan base deserves better. We go to games in all sorts of weather with no matter what the record is. We show up. That stadium, whether it's Schaefer, Gillette, Brown, Harvard, Fenway, those stadiums were packed because that team is our team. That team represents us, the hardworking men and women of New England. And that's what they put out on the field this season? Disgusting. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. We deserve better. We deserve better. We as fans deserve better. Bob Kraft owes it to us for the loyalty that the diehards have shown him. I don't know what else to say.
How you doing, boss? I have one sketch for you.
Listen, y'all, give me 5 minutes. I'm going to take a 5 minute breather and I'm going to be right back. I'm going to take a 5 minute breather and I'm going to be right back. We ain't done with this. We ain't done with this. I'm going to be back. Give me 5 minutes. I'm going to keep the stream rolling. I'll be right back. All right, we back. Listen up, y'all. Listen up. Drastic changes need to be made. Drastic. Drastic changes need to be made. I had to go handle something real quick there, guys, but I'm back here. We need to see as fans that this team cares again. And we need to see it from everybody, from the players like Mac Jones to Billy O'Brien to Bill Belichick and all the way up to Bob Kraft. Because right now, they aren't showing us a goddamn thing. They aren't showing us anything that they wanna actually try and care. Right now, it just looks like they are riding the coattails of those 6 championships, and Bob Kraft looking more and more like he's just sitting up in his owner's box, just hoping and praying that this will be resolved somehow without him having to get his hands involved and get his hands dirty. No, dude, you're the owner. It starts with you. You own this fucking team. You have final say on what goes on. And the fact that you think this is okay and you're sitting back and doing nothing, yeah, guess what, Bob? That puts you at blame too. That puts you at blame too. You can't just sit back and do nothing because you're as much to blame as anybody else. Sad fact is, if you're from the Boston area, from Massachusetts, you know that all these sports owners around here, whether it's the Celtics, the Bruins, the Patriots, or the Sox, they own this media market. So guess what? They're not allowed to speak their minds to a certain degree. They're not allowed to trash the organizations when they're garbage, because guess what? They'll have their credentials pulled, or they'll have some sort of consequence where they get yelled at from their bosses. The sports media around here is bought and paid for, and that's even more disgusting than all. So now we can't call a team bad when they're bad. We're not allowed to talk bad about them. Fuck all of that noise. If you don't live up to expectations and you're not playing well and you're an embarrassment to the city, then the media should be able to do whatever they want, say whatever they want, and say the truth. The fact that Bob Kraft is controlling how much bad press comes out towards him is disgusting. The media should be able to eat this team alive and do it without consequence. Because right now they look like garbage. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. We can't just, as an organization, we can't just keep trotting out the same thing over and over and over again. Nothing's going to change. The result's going to remain the freaking same. Bill Belichick won't tank because he doesn't know how to. It's not in his makeup to tank. He won't do it. He won't. And I mean, let's talk realistically, Patriot fans, and for NFL fans in general. I know I have some Steeler fans, and I know Nick Howard and Sentinel are in here. Here, guys, the next 3 games for from what we've put out on the field so far, I don't I don't think we're going to beat I don't think we're going to beat the Raiders. As bad as the Raiders look, we look worse. We look worse. And Miami and Buffalo, forget it. Forget it. Then what do we got after that? The Colts and the Commanders. With how they're playing, we're going to lose those games too. I mean, those are 50-50 games at best. Coin flip games at best. And judging from what we've put out on the field, we're going to lose those games too. We will seriously lose those games too. The only surefire win for us for the rest of the year is Denver. I mean, let me hear this, Patriot fans. Are you ready to go 2-15, 3-14? Because with what the Patriots have put out on the field so far, that's a real possibility. That is a realistic possibility. A 3 to 5 win season is a realistic possibility now. It's no longer like maybe, no. 3 to 5 wins is absolutely on the table if nothing changes. If we keep rolling out this same staff, this same skill set of players, this is what we're going to get. Are you guys ready for that? And to be honest, that's probably under a 5 win season, 4 or 5 win season. That might cost Bill Belichick his job. That might cost him his job. And without Bill, without Bill, what does this team look like? You got a brand new head coach. Nick, I thought 7 to 9 as a ceiling. That's where I put it at, 7 to 9. But this is bad, dude. This is 3 to 5. With the way they're playing right now, this is 3 to 5 win. This is a 3 to 5 win team. We could be picking top 5. We could be picking top 5. This is not good. This is not good. Yes, I think everybody's to blame, man. From the owner, I think everybody's to blame. Bob Kraft, Bill Belichick, Bill O'Brien, Mac Jones. I think all of them, and the players too. Bill's lost this locker room. I'm gonna say it right now. Bill's lost the locker room. Nobody's listening. I don't think anybody's listening to him anymore. Sad, unfortunate fact, but I'm gonna say it right now. I think Bill Belichick has lost this locker room. And I don't think anybody's listening to him. I think whatever he's saying in these meetings is going in one ear and out the other. I don't think these players are acting like they don't give a shit. And if that's the truth, then what we see every week, this is going to get worse. You think it's bad right now? If the players don't care and they have tuned Bill Belichick out, this is going to get worse. What do you think Kansas City is going to do to this team? What are the Chiefs going to do to this team when they come into to play us? What are they going to do? What are they going to do to this team at Gillette? They could very easily drop 60. How about a 60-7, 60-10 score? Because that's a possibility of what the Chiefs game is going to look like. You think this is going to get any better? This is going to get worse. If there's no changes made, we are just scratching the freaking surface of how bad this is going to be. Nick, we have no run game. We have no run game. We have no run game. Stevenson is averaging 3 yards a carry, if that. I think it's like 2.8, 2.9 on the season. We have no run game. Our offensive line is awful. We better see wholesale changes. We better see some sort of effort that proves that we see that we see the problem as an organization and it's unacceptable to us too, and we're doing something about it. Because if they continue to just do this to us, you know what the sad part is? The Patriots fans are too good to stop watching. They're too good to stop watching, to stop going to games, to stop paying attention to the team. Because a lot of this fan base are fucking diehards. And diehards don't leave. They don't go anywhere. We might complain about the team and cuss them out. But guess what? We're the ones that, no matter what the weather, show up to Gillette Stadium and watch this team, no matter if they're undefeated or winless. Unacceptable. This year so far has been unacceptable. Scott, Mac Jones is bad. Mac Jones is bad. He's bad. He was not ready for the NFL. He bit off way more than he could chew. He's been proven to be a trust fund quarterback, and that he just doesn't have the intestinal fortitude and the grit to play quarterback in the NFL. Plain and simple. Trust fund quarterback, spoiled. Can't do it. Can't do it. Those are the facts. And if people out there that are Mac stands want to debate that, go for it. Mac cannot play football in the NFL as a quarterback. He cannot. He doesn't have what it takes. Period. End of story. He is not good enough. And if I had to put 3 words on the season to describe this year as a whole, it would be not good enough. The team carried him at Alabama, John. The team. He had the best offensive line in football, the best receivers, and a running back core that's just, Alabama is an NFL running back factory. Life at Alabama was made very easy for Mac Jones, and now that we're seeing him actually have to face some adversity, he's nothing more than a spoiled, rich brat. Yeah, I hear you, Nitro. I've been on a rant for about an hour now. But that's all I have to say, guys. I had to get that off my chest and get that out of the way. But I'm telling you, this unless we see wholesale changes, this is not gonna this is gonna be no different unless major changes are made to this team. The product every week is just gonna be rinse, wash, repeat. We're gonna see the same thing over and over for the rest of the season, and we're gonna be lucky to win 4 games. We're gonna be lucky to win 4 games. We couldn't. The New Orleans Saints came into this with a washed-up Derek Carr and Taysom Hill, and a banged-up team, and they beat us 34-0. That tells me that this team gave up. Mac Jones gave up. They waved the white flag and just said, fuck it, and gave up. I don't know what's going to happen to Bill Belichick, Nitro. I don't know what's going to happen. But whatever it is, something's got to give, because they can't keep going like this. They can't keep going like this. It's disgraceful. When you visibly just give up and wave the white flag and just quit, no, that doesn't happen in the NFL. You can't do that. You can't just wave the white flag and mentally check out of a game. Mac Jones and the offense and a lot of the defensive guys now just look like they have mentally checked out. They have mailed it in, and all they're doing is just sitting there collecting a paycheck. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say about it. It's unacceptable. The fans of this team deserve better. That's all I can say. We deserve better than what is being put out on the field. Zeke's been pretty good, Nitro. Zeke has been pretty good for us. We just deserve better, guys. I don't know what else to say. This is almost an hour. I needed to just get that off my chest. Just an awful game. Awful game. The stadium is flat. Like, there's no energy in the stadium because the fans have given up on the team too. The team gave up, and you know what? The fans did too. The stadium was flat. There was no energy. Just a brutal game. Brutal. We just deserve better. We deserve better as a fan base. That's all I have to say, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys are feeling, what you think we got to do to make what you think we got to do to make this situation better. Let me know in the comments of this one. I just needed to come on here and get this off my chest. On to the Bruins and Celtics, because this Patriot team is brutal. Hopefully we get a better product from the Celtics and the Bruins. No doubt, Nick. No doubt. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope everybody has a good one. And you know how we roll. Next week we will be watching the Patriots again and hoping that we can at least get this thing right and get another, put another W up. But they're not fun to watch anymore, man. They're just not fun to watch anymore. And I thought I would never say that. They're not fun to watch. They are a labor to watch them. To watch them operate. It's a labor. It's not easy. They're not fun anymore. But thanks again for listening, guys. I appreciate all of y'all. The Bruins and Celtics content is going to be firing up real soon here. Thanks again, guys. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We will see you on the next live stream or video. Like I said, Bruins and Celtics content starting up soon. So let's go. We will see you on the next one. Everybody have a good day. Thanks again, y'all. We're out of here.